Alright, welcome back, people. It is day 16, the hump day of Inktober 2023. Now, today's prompt is Angel. And there's a little story behind this one. It didn't take me too long to know what I was going to do. So, actually, let me get up some names so that I don't botch names. Names are incredibly important. So, there's when it comes to angels, you know, we have the celestial being angel. Actually, I watched the second season of Good Omen recently. That rings a oh no, what's his name? The name is weird. It's an excellent satirical parody. It's more of a satirical show. Aziraphale? Yeah, Aziraphale? And back and forth between Aziraphale and Crawley. Excellent show, by the way. So you have the angel, right? The celestial beings. Angels and devils, I suppose. Or demons. However you want to go about it. So there's that. That's not what I thought immediately. Well, it's kind of related. All the themes kind of related. There was a random thought that I had that kind of took me way back. And it was a show, an anime called Rasafun. Rasafun is has angelic motifs in the show. Actually, it's interesting now that I reflect upon it, how many like celestial / even Germanic, kind of like Western Protestantism kind of thing that's merged between, obviously I really like Japanese culture and especially what they do in the entertainment industry, be it manga or anime for the youth, right? There's a great intersection between how frequently angelic, like Western Catholicism and whatnot is used as a theme or backdrop for mech shows, like be it organic, like a organic hybrid or a literal mechanic. But generally speaking, most of the mechs, like the silhouettes and the icon that they exude, tends to be of an angelic form. And we don't have to say much, but when things have wings, you know, be it literal feather wings or mechanical wings, it has that incredible angelic quality. Taking it back a bit farther, so my first exposure to Eastern animation production came in the form of Mobile Suit Gundam. Hats off to Sunrise, or all the people who are still at Sunrise or went off to other things. But Sunrise, you can't help but feel pretty hyped when those mobile suits suddenly gain wings, right? Or thrusters or something. But a lot of the iconic mobile suits tend to don something that looks like projections from the back. So it creates this incredible silhouette that looks like a wing. A great example would be something like Gundam Seed, the Freedom unit. things like that. And then wings can imply flight. So there was a lot of opportunity to pick like a flight thing, where it doesn't necessarily have to be angels. You can think of flight or winged things. Like you can make an argument for a plane being angelic in a way, right? It's but that's too abstract. Like we're gonna try to keep it simple. Today is gonna be focused on composition. I think we haven't done a composition piece today. So what I mean by composition is the last couple was I take the reference, I start doing something and see what flows into it. But when you tend to focus on composition, there's some thought and planning involved. And the nice thing about, in my opinion, when I focus on composition, it allows me to have a plan in mind, like in some sort of plan that allows me to complete the task with efficiency, right? That's kind of the thing when you have a job. As much as you like to keep on working and always feel maddeningly disappointed with your end result because you can do so much better if you're that type of person, which I feel like I am most of the time. Placing deadlines, plans, objectives along the way can ease the process of practicing a skill that really doesn't have an end. So any skill in general, in my opinion. So today we're focusing on composition work, and the number one reference and homage that I must make, since we're going down this slippery slope of utilizing all our, I guess I would say, my humble depth of exposure, we're gonna take a page from something incredibly iconic. It can't be more iconic, in my opinion, in this industry when it comes to the word angel than Hideaki Anno, Evangelion. Now, when I first thought about that, I thought about a lot of fun things I could do, like shortcuts I could do, because Hideaki, like Anno's creations, the angels came in many forms, and the one that really stuck to me when it comes to like aesthetics, just simple but also incredibly elegant, is I forgot what the hang on. It's the angel that looked like a prism. I'm pretty sure that's the shape I want to say, like a prism. Ramiel. Yeah, Ramiel. Ramiel was the fifth angel. This is the angel that basically it built up to a one shot to try to pierce his AT field, and its explosion was incredible. It was one thing we have to. I want to throw a shout out to Hideaki Anno, obviously. Recently, I rewatched the show with a bunch of with the guys, and the first movie again. I still have yet to see the final movie, but I have a bit back seen up to the final movie, and then I've seen the show way back too. So it was fresh in my head, but man, when you watch that show, which was in 1997, it was first aired in 1997. When it comes to hand-drawn work, it's absolutely incredible. Each scene, each frame has so much work done. Nowadays is a little bit different, but you can watch the movies to see how that gets elevated. over like I want to say 10 years later, like a decade after the original, maybe even 2 decades. So naturally, we're gonna draw the angel, and we know that Unit 1, Unit 0, and Unit 2 are also angels. Sorry, spoilers for 1995 anime. 1997 is the first US air. But in Japan it was 1995. So we're gonna do a composition. I don't know how well it's gonna turn out. However, when I focus on composition, it tends to be, I tend to gravitate towards the simpler side of things. Because there's elegance in, like, cleanness, I guess. So, I guess the first thing I'm going to do is try to capture the form. Trying to figure out, like, how much, how little. I think in my head, I have an idea. Don't know how well that's gonna present itself. I need gaps. Okay. So how about also, I've got about the historical, a little bit of the historical stuff. So back when Sunrise was pretty great, I enjoyed mech quite a lot. And then I came across Gainax, which is the overall studio that Hideaki Anno worked with to bring Evangelion live. And, you know, Evangelion is more of a biological, right? A biological thing. That movement was so different from Sunrise's Gundams. One thing that they do share is that the whole armor thing. The armor thing is really interesting. And I've only done one other armor mech thing before, and it was actually a Gundam spin. And the thing about these things are they're really difficult because, you know, you have primitive, a lot of times you look at a body and you look at primitive shapes, like where are those shapes? Well, when you look at a mech body, almost all of them are pretty much already primitive shapes. It's just like the whole thing. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, should I just use a line tool? I'm really terrible at making parallel lines. Let's try to relax and use a line tool today. And of course, I started with a white line. I did use the line tool. I mean, we could go through the chaos phase, right? I knew this was gonna happen yesterday when I was talking about how the gatekeeping, the mix between like the whole like describing the Dunning-Kruger or the Kruger-Dunning effect, where at some point you're gonna reach an influencer who projects this like gatekeeping thing, and they associate like something undesirable for being beginner or amateur and whatnot. And I talked about drawing, And I say this every day. Well, not really every day. Most of the days when I first start with my phase, about the what people call the this phase where you do this thing. What did that? And sure enough, since I spoke about it, my phone is on a always listen kind of deal, and right on my algo YouTube algo, I get slapped with like five videos on how you improve doing artwork, and the first mistake people make is doing this phase. And I forgot what they call these. Scratchy? I think this particular person used the word scratch lines or whatnot, and then they use like keywords like search. And then they had to qualify because other people countered about deliberately doing this, right? And then the exclusion is that it's not a mistake if it's intentional. So here's the core thing, in my opinion. Here's a counter from a psychological perspective, in my opinion. You can do this thing. You can search. You can search with intent. And that is very, very different than a binary statement about what trying to deflate the purpose of something. So instead of informing a person of what is the intent and what you would use it for, instead you get inundated with people who suggest, and rightfully so, they're deserving. I mean, they're professional artists, right? I'm not a professional artist. But they stigmatize and demonize specific techniques without informing. So what I mean by that is they inform in a way that's only biased as unwanted. So they would associate words like beginning, wasting time, becoming inefficient, it serves no purpose. All these are inferred in that design. Meanwhile, they say like, yeah, you're just searching. So instead, you might as well think before you draw, because if you think before you draw, or before your line, there were a lot of phrasing for like the vast majority of them. I would say 7 out of 10, and they have an incredible amount of viewership. So the idea is you would have to concede that people get exposed to that. I'm like, all right, sure. I mean, you do you, I suppose. But one thing's for sure. Intentful, just like a slight digression, I suppose. Intentful, I don't even know if that's a word, but doing things with intent and understanding them is an intellectual strength, regardless of what your personal desires are of efficiency or not. If one day, I would even argue, if this type of approach right here, it can serve as a tool for exploration. I mean, I'm gonna use their words, searching, right? So if you spend your entire time skipping, I'm gonna call skipping this step, right? Or ignoring, how could I possibly rely on this individual to ever maximize or find use cases for this, when they use the entire beginning or segment to demonstrate that it does not serve a purpose? When it does serve a purpose, when they mention it does serve a purpose, they associate it with status. And I don't know if this is intentional or subconscious, but when you associate a technique with status and tier and experience, I wouldn't say it takes a very perceptive person or even an incredibly intuitive person to realize that they're exuding an agenda, a bias towards their own preferences. But instead, it's very acceptable, I would say, as long as it's not inferring that they are right. But unfortunately, this type of content is inferring that it is the right way to do things. And that's different than suggesting that's how they do their workflow. Just saying. Eliminating tools are a thing. And I get reminded all the time, right? And I have to be aware of that. Because I start the process the same way every time, with intent. So you know what? There's an emotional argument for this too. This person suggested that, or 2 or 3 people suggested that when you do this and searching, it creates anxiety. And they suggested that when people do this as an artist, right? So I'm not an artist, I suppose. I don't understand the finer things of psychology. But this creates anxiety. So this type of thing creates anxiety and chaos for those who watch, right? Luckily, I'm not. I suppose I will embrace. This is where we had a discussion about hubris and hubris, pride, and its trade-off with success and popularity, right? So, luckily, I'm not trying to become a popular artist. It also requires desire. So in this case, I will embrace the chaos, and I will apologize in advance, I suppose, that one finds this anxious. But I can tell you that as a person who does struggle with anxiety for quite a long time, this removes the barrier to doing the activity in the first place. So if I had to pick, understanding why this creates anxiety for me, which I'm not in disagreement with that person, or many people actually, that this may lead to anxiety. What it does do, which they don't share, like a counter argument or a counterpoint, is that it enables me to address that anxiety. Like since this enables me to do the task anyways, it provides an opportunity for me to use it as a tool to minimize or to tolerate, cope, come up with strategies for the anxiety. Some may say, oh no, but if you just don't do it, learn not to do it, you don't get anxiety. Well, if you don't, my counterpoint would be, and humbly so, if you don't do something and you avoid the source of anxiety, it doesn't necessarily mean it goes away. It just means you choose not to address it. Inherently, if I were being aggressive and inferring something, that would be very much the same as running away. So instead of choosing to understand why it is the way it is, which because these people have a specific agenda, they fail to offer counterpoints. And to be super fair to them, the videos are, these are videos and they have to be a certain length, right? And being comprehensive can detract from the purpose of their video, which is it can be a very noble purpose, which is to turn people into amazing artists. And that's fair. I don't ever question. I definitely, I mean, sometimes, but in this case, I definitely don't question their intent. Obviously, if you filter through all the comment spam that has been plaguing this format, these forums for a while now, like YouTube comments and whatnot, you get to a very classical consensus where you have people who push back and say, well, this is the only way I draw, or this is the way I typically draw. Now I feel bad, or etc. and whatnot. And the only comment I could see coming from a person who justifies demonizing that stuff is, well, just practice and you'll get better at removing, quote unquote, the problem. Like, well, okay. Oh no, I don't think I have the scale properly. That's fine. We'll fix it later. We'll just continue to search. Right now, according to these individuals, right, who are professionals, so they do use their credibility as a way to push their advice, is that I am a beginner. It's like, that's cool. I mean, I'm gonna tell you now that I would go further and say I'm a great example of a non-artist doing artwork. And what's a really decent down to ground advice on encouraging someone to enjoy something that you spend your life cultivating? Well, start by understanding what they do more often and not perpetuating your professional opinions on how to do things. That would be called empathy. Instead of using moral grandstanding or using your status and your experience to cloud your empathy. Like, the first thing I think about is that, hey, maybe I know some stuff, right? But how is that different from the vast majority of people who want to do the stuff or start the stuff? Well, I mean, I wouldn't start personally with the idea of, hey, let me say all the things that you should train yourself not to do because you guys are starting out and these are all the things that you do wrong. Like, all right, well, that's what kids are exposed to these days, so that's pretty unfortunate. Imagine thinking that is a healthy way. Arguably, definitely could make a counter argument to myself here. Suggest that telling them what not to do, and that it's the same type of it's really that same type of mentality that makes it so hard to empathize with younger audience. Like, here's another guy who, and you know what? It's very receptive too. If you use it with a tone of, as a matter of fact, this is true, then yeah, they'll believe you once you say it, you know, say it long enough. I'm just getting the general shape. It's obviously the perspective's all screwed up. But we'll get it eventually. It's fun. I'm getting some of the lines that I want to include. My my searching lines. Yeah, this is the chaos. You know? Here's a bit of a rebellious thing, right? Well, this is the chaos. Well, I suppose I embrace the chaos. Uh-oh. Well, this is way off the mark. So we gotta stretch this. Let's put a line here just to remind me. Right? Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go that far back. Do I really want to go that far back? That might be tough. I kind of want this like little crown part though. I kind of want this part, I suppose. This might make a good silhouette. Probably not this part. And mechs are tough. It's actually, it goes down like here, something like this. I think we're gonna throw out this part. Probably just like keep this panel. I have a composition in mind, in my head. I'm just drawing all the extra lines to see on the canvas what type of panels I'm gonna take. This is the most important part. I'm not too confident. This is the part we have to nail. I have no idea how that works. Okay, let's see. Let's fix some of the angles so we can liberate. All right. Let's continue. I do like this. We're also taking the opportunity to try to do some of it just to mess around. But usually most of this is not going to make it into the last composition. Into the final composition. Okay. Let's see if I made enough space. The problem we're having here is I don't have enough space for the part that I want to start with. Like the most important part. Which I'm sure any fan of Evangelion knows what part I'm talking about. this part. Yeah, I would probably counter argue that you can become you can also practice how to search for lines too. It's actually a very useful skill in my opinion. It's definitely a great skill if you can skip it, sure. You can probably focus on other skills, you know? But I rely on this searching. Searching phase. You know, searching with intent, which is what I'm doing right now. Good example. Okay. Gotta draw those teeth. Those teeth do be scary. Okay. We'll just fill these in right now. It's kind of like... This is probably going to be empty space, because we don't need it. For the composition idea, like this space... Not useful. Huh. Ooh, we could accent the... Oh, we could take some liberties. And accent like this thing. Like make the tongue really disgusting. Make like the tongue really, really pop. I'll have to think about that for a moment. Yeah, I do have to get this part though. So it's clean. It's I think just a little less chaotic. Actually, we might want to do the bottom jaw first. I would say right now, this is just for my exercise, but I would say 70% of what I'm doing now is not going to into the final piece. But just as a counterpoint, not a waste of time, because I'm using it as a form of exploration. Artwork is transformative regardless of what you do, so always have, if you have the opportunity. Explore, search for your lines. Okay. I don't think we're going the roots. Probably not. I guess this is a proper Halloween post, right? Actually, I did a few already that one can make an argument that it's Halloween themed. I think it would be a pretty fun, distinctive challenge to try to make each prompt Halloween themed. At the same time, it will challenge the creativity, but it will challenge the creativity in a very specific way. It will definitely be challenging in the sense that it limits your options in a sense because of the themes and like the color design and whatnot. It's sorry to those Halloween fans. I'm not too much of a Halloween-y person. Well, I'll take that back. I'm not... I don't have like a predilection for the parts of Halloween that people enjoy most. As in, the costume stuff, yes, but like the vibe they're giving off, like it's, to me, it's not necessarily scaring people, but the togetherness. Oh, there goes the tablet jumping positions. And then like costumes and themes would be like, for example, what would be something like dressing up as, I don't know, something from a Miyazaki film? Well, Miyazaki has this blend, right? This ability to make things that could potentially be creepy and ominous and foreboding, but he also imparts character to them where it can make them very endearing. Oh, this is actually really hard. I don't know how to make it look like Okay. I kind of see, and yet I kind of don't. So I kind of... It's kind of like gum. It's like making gum, which there's just like a bunch of lines that I don't think I'm going to use. A bit off angle, but that's fine. I think getting the V shape, which I still gotta work on, is what I'm looking for here. So right now it's not really angling. Let's fix this angle. I like the that it's like a V shape. Actually, I'm gonna bring this. I'm bring this in. And we're gonna turn it. Hmm. I have to get the little like rod thing, not like it's bowing, but it has the wrong perspective right now. Fix that in a bit. We're already crossing 1 hour, huh? Guess I spent like 20 minutes or so slightly digressing on stuff from the interwebs. Hmm. Oh, wait. I guess if I have to think about it, there is some truth to the whole think before you start go like spiraling into uh super speed and trying to get lines down on the canvas. I suppose I do think about it before I seek the next line. There is something to that. There's also something to doing the other way too. I think we might have the entire silhouette that we are fine with. Now we just gotta adjust all the size and then get this little thing in the right place. And I think we're gonna be good to go. We're gonna lose like 80% of these lines, as mentioned earlier. I think one of the benefits, or like not one of the benefits, but one of the things you can really utilize, at least in my opinion, in digital artwork, is that if you're searching for lines, you are at least connecting the lines, I think. And if you're connecting the lines, you can definitely use a lot of aided tools because, you know, I'm not a genius, I suppose. I don't have talent for this. But you can most certainly use it to your advantage. Use like warping points and whatnot to get a proportion that works for you in your eyes. It might not be the same for like someone who looks at it a different way or something. Like the perspective is obviously not the exact perspective, but I'm not going for the exact perspective. I'm just using my eyes at this point to get the thing I wanted to just look cool or look nice enough. Other than that, all the other stuff, that's just it's usually just noise. Like, this is good enough. I go for the crazy stuff. Alright, let's fix your antenna thing. This is the silhouette I'm looking for. And I'm basically just gonna cannibalize almost all these lines. It's not important. Well, it's not important for the piece, for the end piece. It's important that I took the time to try to you know, do it. It can inspire me to do something different. We'll fix the girth in a bit. Let's say it one more time. In this case, size kind of matters. The direction kind of matters too, sort of. It's close enough. Okay. Well, that's it. We have our template. Wasn't as bad as I thought. I don't know if I want to do like the, like, you know, add the, like the saliva stuff, like you know, like put them in. I don't think it's gonna come out really well the way I have it. So, all right. So now we shrink this guy a little bit. Rotate it about here. And then we're gonna add a divider to help us not quite like a perfect diagonal. It's more like I'm curious if a fan saw this, they can imagine what I'm trying to do right now. Like, wait a minute, I know exactly what this guy is doing or planning to do. I don't like right here. Okay. And we'll take it. And oh, I guess we're gonna get rid of the fin? Nah. I think we might keep the fin. I want to keep like... Yeah, we're adjusting the diagonal to... Would that be balanced? It's close enough, actually. Even... It turns out to be a diagonal. Okay. We gotta rotate the head a little. It's a good comp. I'm saying. It's a good comp. Just don't know how much of it I'm gonna keep to balance it out. I'm looking at a representation of it right now. I guess we're gonna put it in the center. Trying to picture it in my head. Okay. All right. All right. Now we do the proof. And honestly, we don't need to sketch anymore. We need these to be pretty fine lines. Oh yeah, this needs to be really fine line. So I guess we're going... Oh, we could use pixel... let's use 2 pixels. This is the fun part. No more stress. The thing we have to do is more like a vector composition. I really don't know how fancy I'm gonna get. Probably not. Trust me. Trust. It'll be interesting to look at, I promise. Oh. I guess I'll leave the... The question is, do I leave the curl lines or just use straight lines to make it... Oh no, but there are curl lines in the... I don't think I'm leaving enough space either. This is probably one of the hard parts. Leaving enough space for this comp to work. I wonder if people watch this back and could guess exactly what the product's gonna look like. Nah, I need curved lines. It just, I'll draw in the curved line. I don't want to turn it into a vector project. That's a different discipline that I'm not exploring today. I said this might be the relaxing part, but I just realized how painfully annoying the teeth are going to be. By how I decided to do this spacing. The teeth are too close. We're just going to have to break some rules that I originally... I said I was gonna compose this, right? I mean, like, focus on composition, and now I'm deviating with the composition. Alright, I can't do straight lines anymore. It's all wavy now. Gotta pick big chunks. Now it's all up to how good my hands are. Okay, never mind. I can do straight lines here. We can go back and pick other things if we see them. Ooh. Here's a good question. Do we pick up this stuff? Yeah, that'd be edgy, right? Something like this. Oh, that's right. You can get the scar. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be edgy. I like that. We're keeping this. And we can accent it quite a bit. Hmm. This is definitely gonna be 2 parts. We gotta line it up pretty well, though. Ooh, now are we making 2 pieces? Probably. Where do we break the piece? This is actually a bit further back. Ooh. Let's try to just get, I can't do anything about it. I gotta do this myself. Okay. Oh, right. I forgot. I do have the head tilted. We better just stick to it. I think it'll be good enough. I should finish the thing. The edits. I was still oriented the same way. I gotta shorten it. I'll make sure I don't hit the boundaries too much. I guess we ended here, right? Yeah. This is where vectoring would come in very, very handy. Oh, this would have made a better, like, topographical thing. Oh, now I have nightmares. Oh, I have nightmares. This, oh, well. I have nightmares to my, day 5 prompt. Oof. I think this is probably more what I was thinking of doing, but I did it freehand and it was a terrible idea. It was an absolute terrible idea. Truly a test of how steady my wrists and hands are. The good news is I don't have to color today. I think it would defeat the... Oh, I could add a little splash in there, but I don't have to color today. We're not coloring today. It would actually hurt the composition. Alright. Let's see if I can make this a little bit more dramatic. Okay. But you have to get this like super edgy art. I have to get it lined up too. We'll probably stop here. Accent the bottom line, I guess. Oh no. Okay. That's actually kind of hard. Oops. Oh, I do this. Oops. Hmm. Oh, that is way bigger. Am I keeping that? Nah, I don't think we're keeping this part, right? It's gonna mask too much. Yeah, we're not keeping this part. We're saving the we're saving the teeth for last. The teeth and tongue. um. Hmm. This stuff needs adjustment. Okay. Might as well start with the... Let's start with this. I think we can make this part work. Okay. Oh. Kind of further down. Because I shifted it too much. Hmm. Oops. Kind of like here. Our approaches. This is gonna work to our approach's advantage, so not too bad. Okay. Start with pieces that we can actually... Yeah, I want to separate this piece. And like the gums would be just like a void. It'll be filled in with the darkness. The chaos. Wait. You know what? Fine. Oh, actually, this is gonna come to a point, right? I think to balance it out, we're gonna probably end it here. Yes. Just because we have a lot of... We also have a lot of parts. On top, too. I think I'm pretty okay with wrists, using my wrist strokes. Alright. Last two elements. Actually, let's just finish this one. This one's easy. Boop! It's so satisfying. The circle is so satisfying. It's the center focal point, so it's the only circle in the entire piece. Hideaki Anno knows how to make fearsome side profiles. I can tell you that. Alright, so now we avoid the gums. The question is, we put in the tongue. Oh, we totally gotta put in the tongue. Okay. Maybe we can make it stick out a little bit more. Oh. Yikes. You know what? I think we're just gonna do it as a full comp, right? Because there's no way we can separate these. So we're just gonna do this part as a full comp. Let's see what it looks like if I Nope. So, connecting them we are going to do. Actually, if that's the case, we kind of want to go this direction. We're our pixel limit here. That's one of the problems. Edgy as heck, man. Okay. And then we gotta do our other piece. It's a little top heavy. Yeah, like, I really want the little, like, crown thing. So it's gonna end up being top heavy, like, to the right. That's okay. It's more... Now I have, like, it's gonna look like a fan, more like a... Instead of a... What if I... Oh... I could turn it a little bit more. Like, Oh. Oh, that actually is okay, because it can definitely come up as a leaf thing. Oh, I can get rid of the last panel too, actually. So, like right here. Let's try that. No going back. Actually. Again, just very, very carefully. What's a little too rotated, I would say. Let's say like nah, but then it actually yeah. It'll look more like a square, which is fine. Ooh, you know what? I could like do some like things sticking out. Nah, it's okay. I kind of wanted to merge it, but well. I want to like. I just draw the rest. See what happens. Okay, art is actually kind of hard. Why does it have to be such a weird shape? Okay. So we'll start with a line, right? I'm gonna say Still curious if anyone's figured how long it take anyone to figure out what it is. Why do you have to be so weird? I can't stop curving. Okay. I'm totally off the grid now. Why you do this to me? Whoever thought of making a logo with like random lines in it? Come on, man. It's a good practice. I mean, obviously you could just... We could shortcut this, but observe the lines. I doubt this is anywhere close the first time. It's good practice. This is like my map. This is day 5 all over again. It's starting to feel like cartography all over again. I think I'm way off the grid. I'm so off the grid. It's fine. Yeah, holy heck. It's like 3 times bigger than it's supposed to be. I never thought this was a great idea. Sound like a broken record, I know. Yeah, dude. That's so so off. That's a good way to definitely a challenging thing to do. That's a fun activity. This kind of reminds me of the thing I was talking about yesterday about the trend of pouring rice onto the ground and then just outlining all the rice grains to create like a geographic feature. Yeah, like, dude, I'm so off the mark. It's unbelievable how far off the mark I am. Okay, we do need to resize this so that I can actually... Oh, actually, you know, it could have began with this part. Okay. First, let's shrink it down a little. And we're gonna rotate. And we're gonna warp. Dang it. See, this is the fun part where it could say something like, "Oh yeah, you know what? Does that look nice? It's like it's clean. Oh, that's awesome. Like, how'd you do it? I literally draw in the squiggles." Okay. Okay, I see where I screwed up big time. but it's actually not that bad. It's actually the beginning. I started way too close. It's actually not that bad. Okay. We have to do this again, so I don't even know where I am. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, okay. It's helping a lot with my concentration. I mean, admittedly, I could just, like, do a random curvy thing and call it a day. And the point would get across. This is a great exercise. Oh man, I actually ended up here? That's amazing, yo. There was no way I thought I would be able to end up right at the tip. There's no way I thought I was at the tip. That's hilarious. Alright, it does need a little warping. I clearly was gravitating towards it. Okay. Now let's adjust for balance. Oh, that works out so well. It's like a square. My vision is realized. Sorry. Got a little excited. Yeah, to heck with copying and pasting. I got this. It wasn't actually that bad. Now we have to actually do it again because quality. After 2 hours, it's not too bad. That was a lot of fun. I'm pleasantly surprised how well my spatial reasoning, my spatial my hand-eye coordination with space has improved from just the occasional drawing. Biology, you know, our brains are so amazing. Actually pretty, yeah. Man, that's amazing. I would have, if I had to, I was betting against myself the entire time. That's awesome. Best part of the day. Being able to freehand that. Like, a lot of times the thing is, when I'm looking at a big picture, like, if I'm looking at the whole image, and then I'm trying to draw, like, zoomed in. So, oftentimes what happens is this thing becomes way bigger than the image I'm looking at because I'm looking at a smaller image. than I'm actually drawing. So, and that happens almost, I would say, back in the day. At least more than 50%. This would be nowhere in the neighborhood of being remotely the correct size. And the only thing that shifted my perspective was the beginning. Accidentally made the stem too big. So it shifted everything. So much fun. That would make for kind of a fun viral challenge, right? For a very select or very, very small niche group. Have to be an artist who likes Evangelion, aware of the... Just have like a speedrun challenge. You know? Speedrun it. How fast can you reproduce the nerve leaf and then grade it on accuracy by superimposing it? Obviously, I wouldn't participate. Okay. Take away. Okay. Oh, I don't think I should do that. There we go. There's only one thing to do left. We're not coloring this because it would diminish the impact, I would say, because it's more of a logo idea. First, start by actually like filling in. Oh no, wait. Hold up. This could actually present a problem. No, we still have a problem. Okay. So we gotta go in and actually, oh no. Okay. It's fine. It should be easy, right? Oh no! Oh no, it's not as easy as I thought. Oh wait. Hold up. Wait. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Stop! Rotating canvas! Rotating canvas is toxic. Oh no, this is gonna be toxic. So we have to go through and smooth out all the corners. Yeah. Dang it. It's not done yet. Spoke too soon. Oh no, wait. It looks amazing. Oh no, it isn't. There's jagged edges. Okay, alright. Alright. But it does look pretty amazing though. I'm gonna add a few more flares, but that looks absolutely amazing. Man, I love making logos. Okay. Yeah, because the black creates the automatic spacing. Now, I do have to go back and smooth, like, all the edges. Like, manually smooth all the edges. Ugh. How do I do that? I still have the black lines there to protect. So, naturally, this should be okay if I do it this way. It is a vectoring, this would be a vectoring project for sure, but we wanted to do it freehand because I'm a doofus. I'm obviously kidding. I'm doing it to practice. Practice freehand. Vectoring is a skill in itself, for sure. Just not my focus today. Oh. That would explain a lot, actually. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this should be easy. We got this. Yeah, our black line is acting as a mask. Whoops. Just make sure to stay within the lines, though. And it's just smooth out. The magic wand didn't really work too well. It would end up being, we saved a little bit of time, because then I only have to go on the outside. This is going to be the only time I make a composition that is just red. But for... I would never take the red away from Hideaki Anno's work. Red is such a prominent thing. The magic wand thing, this is why I do the fill the way I do it, because I don't really want to mess with the like programming side of things, I suppose. I should learn a bit of it to change like the magic wand sensitivity, figure out where it picks how aggressively it changes aggressive selection, like make its selection more aggressive to meet my needs. But in order to compensate for that, my workaround is I use a pixel brush and I basically outline my black lines again and then fill. So now I'm basically doing the reverse, which it's actually kind of faster. So if I go back and now if I just modify the magic wand selection tool a little bit, then it might fulfill my needs better. And I would save the step on. Now this only works if I'm doing something like this though. It doesn't work if I'm freehanding stuff because, well, like the digression earlier this session, I like exploratory search line work. I don't think, in my opinion, I am a beginner, or I don't even consider myself an artist, but I am a beginner to agree with all those people. But even to my advance, call it hubris, I suppose. This is probably hubris. I'll continue to use that searching, chicken scratching, shorthand things to explore form and all that stuff. So I don't think it's something that quote unquote should be exclusive to beginners. I say in that way is because it is a tool. And exclusivity means not using the tool. And you know what? It's definitely a choice. I'll continue probably invest in it, knowing that perhaps I stay a beginner in the eyes of those who can't find value or merit in where they started. My hubris makes me a fundamentalist at the core. enables me to stay in touch with those who are interested and want to start. Allows one to empathize more readily with and hold on to that feeling and practice of the things to get people into such a hobby like artwork. I feel, in my opinion, my humble opinion, that it does a disservice for someone who comes off as an expert who lacks teaching ability. And when I mean teaching ability, I don't necessarily mean like the having the knowledge and the intellectual capacity to outline a curriculum that could improve someone's skills. If you get them to do it, then ultimately they'll improve. But more having them have a healthy relationship with the skill for a long time and continue to have a healthy relationship with the skill development, knowing that it doesn't have to end up being their career. Like myself, I enjoy drawing. It's not my career, but I certainly draw and create enough to establish empathy clearly with people who do it as a hobby. And I share very little sympathy or empathy for those who regard themselves as authorities on what's right and wrong about a creative process. I imagine those same people are also doing it with the greatest intention of their hearts, I suppose, but they also do it because the algorithm finds those things very productive. So, on the one hand, I would say it's a great demonstration of how they understand how to make their advice reach more people by using the system. On the other hand, it is trade-offed by having advice that is less popular, but maybe perhaps popular in the future, which is the idea of teaching through empathy, not teaching through self-indoctrination. I think that's the word. That's not the word I'm looking for. More like a projection, self-projection. Educating by encouraging discovery, as opposed to educating through orthodoxy or dogma. And we're talking about creative arts, obviously. The higher level creative skills. There are, you can go into like more objectively defined skills, and those things you wouldn't have that type of discussion because they've been standardized for quite some time. The more standardized the skill has been, it's also a testament to how objectifiable it was, right? But in terms of art, that's kind of unfortunate, in my opinion. The greatest power is the motivation for discovery. And I love a lot of artists that continue to also lean towards that too. So it's no disrespect to those artists, just a personal philosophy. There it is. Part of myself want to make the eyes glow. I think we're going to do that. We're going to do that. It's an opportunity I can't pass up. Actually, now that I think about it, no. Let's not be too edgy, right? So let's select this. I just do a very what? Oh. What the heck? Oh, maybe it's too saturated. Yeah. Oh, wait. It's because it's there are black lines that are preventing it. That's right. How about we do it this way? I don't think we have to. Let's just see what it looks like first. I think it would be too imbalanced. No, actually, it looks pretty. It looks pretty sweet with the black on it. Hang on. Oh, I see it. Okay, I got the right size already. There it is. We did it. Elegant. Took forever. Still took forever. It's okay. Let me get my... Why does my canvas look slightly crooked? Okay. Not bad. It's a very square composition. There's another thing that I could have done, I suppose, which is I could have made it look like graffiti. So if I had time, I'd probably make it look like a wall, like a... Actually, this is fine. I would have made it look like it's onto a wall of some sort, and then draw in the wall, like do weathering, put in some bricks, like and then roughed up the logo, right? But this is more of a logo, conceptual logo design, but I could put it onto a wall and then texture the whole thing using this as the thing being sprayed upon. So then I could like, you could make it more street urban thing, just put like spray trails, like make it rain, like kind of drip down spray trails, and then add like a bit of highlights, very spray painty lights, like highlights here and there, and then swirl it around, then add some noise. You know, probably add cracks, little imperfections. But the Nerve logo is incredibly crisp and flat. And it's supposed to say Nerve cross half. But what is more representative of Nerve than having Unit 1 go berserk, right? So, this was the inspiration for it. And came out really, really well. I think the balance worked out pretty well. I was gonna chunk these up into more pieces so that it would balance with the horn, but it's fine. Yeah. Not bad. Clean, as they say. Clean. Alright. We did this within 3 hours. Or actually, well below 3 hours. Not bad. It's like 2.5 hours. We'll write it to 3. Always round up. I was expecting to spend 3 hours on this. What was this? Angel. Is that really how you... I really think that is. Oh. Okay. We are officially over the halfway point. Hold up. Thanks, Kragus. All right. There it is. From scratch. Everything was done freehand. You could copy and pasta the leaf. Yeah. Now we have plenty of time, so we're gonna go and play. Change gears now. Alright, let's save this. We're getting these 30-day things. Leaps and bounds. I tell you, leaps and bounds. I like compositional work. It's kind of like if there was something that makes artwork incredibly enticing to intellectuals, it's compositional work. If you focus on composition, rarely does it take as much mechanical expertise. I mean, like, by all means, so many artists have incredible mechanical skills. Incredible mechanical skills aren't necessarily the end all in terms of how to present things. So this is a great case. I used zero. There's zero mechanical skills in terms of coloration, right? It's all composition. And then the line work is the most mechanical thing, which arguably some people might say is the hardest part. And I would tend to agree. The line stuff is incredible. And you can also circumvent that. So if you have good composition, you literally do not have to necessarily spend 2 hours like I did to manually do the line work. There are many other ways to approach creating lines. But I wanted to do it by hand because that's the challenge I chose for myself. Alright, I'm gonna change gears now.